What is an appraisal and how can it potentially kill your real estate deal? Hi, I'm Pamela Lambert with Keller Williams Realty, and I'm here to explain to you what exactly is an appraisal and why is everyone up in arms about appraisal waivers and appraisals not coming in, that they're too low. Well, let's find out. First, what exactly is an appraisal? An appraisal is an unbiased professional opinion of the fair market value of your home by a licensed appraiser. How can an appraisal potentially kill your real estate deal? Well, what we're seeing is so many people are bidding on the same house and they are bidding over the list price or the fair market value of the home. So they are bidding potentially $50,000 to $100,000 over the list price, and those appraisals are not coming in at that price. So a lot of times the buyers are backing out of the contract when those low appraisals are coming in. What are your choices when it comes to an appraisal? Well, if you have a conventional loan, you can add the addendum concerning the right to terminate due to lender's appraisal. What that means is you have three choices on that addendum. Number one is a full appraisal waiver. Now, we are seeing a lot of listing agents request that or even require that before submitting an offer on a home. What that means is if you have a conventional loan and the appraisal comes in $50,000 less than the sales price, then you are responsible as the buyer to come up with the additional $50,000 at closing. Now, you do have some other choices where you can negotiate with the seller and ask him to come off of the sales price, or you can back out of the contract. You will lose your earnest money and potentially be sued, and we do not want that to happen. So we definitely want to make sure that, number one, you do have the additional cash if a low appraisal comes in, and you do know what your choices are if a low appraisal comes in. Number two, we have the partial waiver. Now, you are still choosing to waive your right to terminate the contract due to the appraisal if it doesn't meet the lender's underwriting requirements, but you can add an additional number on there. So let's say you have a really great realtor and you know that you have submitted an offer that is not going to appraise, that you know that that house is not going to appraise for $400,000, but you and your realtor have that conversation of what additional cash do you feel comfortable bringing at the closing table. So let's say you feel comfortable bringing around $10,000 additional to the closing table. So if the sales price is $400,000, you want to put in box number 2 of the appraisal addendum to $390,000. So you are saying that you are not going to back out of this contract as long as the house appraises for $390,000. And if it comes lower than that, then you are willing to come up with the additional cash at closing. And then number 3 on the addendum concerning your right to terminate due to lender's appraisal is your additional right to terminate. So in the third-party addendum, whether you have a conventional FHA or VA loan, you do have a right to terminate the contract if the appraisal does not come in at the sales price. You have all the way up to 3 days before closing because it has to have property approval, and that's in the third-party financing addendum. But let's say the underwriters say, yes, it still is approved. You, on box number 3, will have an additional right to terminate. So even if the lender's underwriter says, yes, the property is approved, you can put a number there that states for $400,000 that you have the additional right to terminate the contract if the house does not appraise for $400,000. Now, the addendum, you do not have to add the addendum to your contract. You can still use the third-party financing addendum if you are financing your home, and that does give you a right to terminate the contract. Sometimes we're seeing this a lot more in today's market because we are seeing a lot of offers over list price. So buyers and sellers will want some type of peace of mind, and that's why they're adding this addendum to the contract. But like I said, it is not required in the contract. Now, this addendum concerning right to terminate due to lender's appraisal is for conventional loans only. It does not pertain to FHA or VA loans. You have the right to terminate due to the third-party financing addendum. Now, there are some other ways that you can speak to an attorney about where they can have different language in there, but FHA and VA buyers have a little bit more protection for low appraisals. Now, I am Pamela Lambert with Keller Williams Realty. I hope I answered all of your questions regarding what an appraisal is and how it can potentially kill the deal and how you can be protected and what your choices are. I hope you have an amazing day.